I love a sunburnt country, a land of sweeping plains, of ragged mountain ranges, of droughts and flooding rains. I love her far horizon, I love her jeweled sea, her beauty and her terror, the wide brown land for me. The stark white ringbarked forests, all tragic to the moon, the sapphire misted mountains, the hot gold hush of noon, green tangle of the brushes where lively annas coil, and orchids deck the treetops, and ferns the warm dark soil. Core of my heart, my country, the land of the rainbow gold, for flood and fire and famine she pays us back threefold. And o'er the thirsty paddocks, watch after many days, the filmy veil of greenness that thickens as we gaze. An opal-hearted country, a wilful, lavish land. All you who have not loved her, you will not understand. The earth holds many splendors, wherever I may die. I know to what brown country my homing thoughts will fly. I love a sunburnt country, a land of sweeping plains, of ragged mountain ranges, of droughts and flooding rains. I love a far horizon, I love her jeweled sea, her beauty and her terror, the wide brown land for me. Have you heard of Robert Burke? So brave yet so ill-fated, the first to cross this land from south to north. With Wilson, King and Grey on that awful August day, they bade farewell to Melbourne's peaceful shores. 17 sturdy men, horses, camels and provisions would surely be enough to see them through. 2,000 miles of dry red dust, endless inland deserts, known only to the native chosen few. And will you make the history books, and will you be a hero? Will you win the lady that you love? Robert O'Hara Burke, your quest for glory may not work. You pay a deadly price to make your mark. Cooper's Creek's a depot, waiting for the others. Waiting seems to drive a man insane. Saddle up the camel, strike north towards the ocean, then turn back, head southwards once again. 7 hours too late, the depot lies deserted. The tree sign tells them dig, but seals their fate. Starvation in the bush, Burke and Wills and Grey have known it. At Cooper's Creek their ghosts still lie and wait. And will you make the history books, and will you be a hero? Will you win the lady that you love? Robert O'Hara Burke, your quest for glory may not work. You pay a deadly price to make your mark. 'Twas the month of December, the year '54, when the men of Eureka rebelled, and they swore that the flag they had made for themselves ever bravely aloft would be held. The miners took arms in the stockade that day, their bold words went from mouth to mouth. We stand by this flag and the stars that it bears, white stars of the cross of the South. The hot blood of freedom ran fast in their veins, but one man there was they obeyed. A hero of heroes they chose from their ranks, Peter Lawler their leader they made. Peter Lawler cried, now you must stand by your guns, and fear not the cannon's red mouth. For I see that the soldiers are gathering now to tear down the cross of the South. Captain Thomas, he charged the Eureka stockade with 300 troops by his side. Fire and steel met them then, and they fell back again, but the first of the miners had died. The smoke of the battle had scarce cleared away when the soldiers came charging once more, and the miners were killed as they stood round the flag, or fell from the wounds that they bore. Bold Peter Lawler lay shot on the ground where the soldiers had left him for dead, and the flag that he loved lay there by his side, the white stars all stained with red. Peter Lawler, he rose on his knees in the dust, these wild words poured from his mouth. You can murder us all in black tyranny's name, but you can't kill the cross of the South. The way down to the quay where the good ship now doth lay, to command a band of navvies I was ordered to engage. Thought I would stop in for a while before I sailed away, to take a trip on an immigrant ship to the shores of Botany Bay. Farewell to your bricks and mortar, farewell to your dirty line, farewell to your gangway and your gangplank, and to hell with your overtime. For the good ship Ragamuffin is a lying at the quay, for to take old Pat with a shovel on his back to the shores of Botany Bay. Came out this morning, he said, well Pat, hello, if you don't mix the mortar quick, to be sure you'll have to go. Well, of course he did insult me, I demanded all me pay, and I told him straight, I'm going to emigrate to the shores of Botany Bay. Farewell to your bricks and mortar, farewell to your dirty line, farewell to your gangway and your gangplank, and to hell with your overtime. For the good ship Ragamuffin, she's a lying at the quay, for to take old Pat with a shovel on his back to the shores of Botany Bay. When I reach Australia, I'm going to search for gold. There's plenty there for digging up, or so I have been told. Maybe I'll go back to me trade, 800 bricks I'll lay, for an 8-hour shift on an 8-bob pay on the shores of Botany Bay. Farewell to your bricks and mortar, farewell to your dirty line, farewell to your gangway and your gangplank, and to hell with your overtime. For the good ship Ragamuffin, she's a lying at the quay, to take old Pat with a shovel on his back to the shores of Botany Bay. You can talk of your whiskey and talk of your beer, there's something much nicer that's waiting us here. It sits on the fire beneath the gum tree, there's nothing much nicer than a billy of tea. So fill up your tumbler as high as you can, and don't you dare tell me it's not the best plan. You can let all your beer and your spirits go free, I'll stick to me darling old billy of tea. Rise in the morning as soon as it's light, and go to the nosebag to see it's all right, that the ants on the sugar no mortgage have got, and straight away sling me old black billy pot. And while it is boiling, the horses I seek, and follow them down as far as the creek. I take off their hobbles and let them run free, then haste to tuck into me billy of tea. And at night when I camp, if the day has been warm, I give to me horses their tucker of corn, From the two in the pole to the one in the lead, a billy for each holds a comfortable feed. Then the fire I make and the water I get, and corned beef and damper in order I set. But I don't touch the grub though, so hungry I be. I wait till it's ready, me billy of tea. You can talk of your whiskey and talk of your beer. There's something much nicer than waiting your steer. It sits on the fire beneath the gum tree. There's nothing much nicer than a billy of tea. Edward Kelly, my good friends call me Ned. But as the sun comes up today, he surely will be dead. I hear the jailer coming, the clinking, clanking sounds that haunt this mournful Melbourne jail and echo round and round. It's true that I killed Kennedy, but the fight was clean and fair. Profoundly we had been provoked to shoot those troopers there, and I have simply kept my word, the promise that I made, to boldly guard me mother and me darling sister Kate. But now the jailer's by my side, 13 steps I tread. I feel the rope around me neck, the hood upon me head, and such as life is on me lips, I face me final task, and deeply gasp me last few breaths, and see my God at last. My name is Edward Kelly, I'm proudly living still. My soul is in the evening breeze, the gum trees and the hills. Ye young sons of Australia, do not forget your brave, and I will stand beside you beyond the icy grave. The sunrise flashes, the moonlight glitters on Darling's side, where parrots scream and the wild duck dashes, old Murray's reaches are long and wide. From snowy mountains far off and lonely, from Queensland ranges the waters come. 3,000 miles, yet each mile is only another step that will lead us home. Back to the winding watercourses, back to the river roads again, where whistles startle the station horses, and women wave to their steamer men. Mists of time I can see them going, with paddles beating and funnels loud, with hot steam made by the furnace glowing, on river mists grey and ghostly shroud. The Princess Royal, the fast free trader, Rothby and Eliza Jane, the Telegraph and the old Crusader, steaming out on the flood again. 3,000 miles, how they laughed at distance. The rivers were their home for them. The lazy push of the sliding pistons, driving out to the desert's hem. Ghosts of the rivers, ghosts of the steamers, beyond the west coast of New South Wales. To go or a bar in the land of dreamers, I hear you pass and I hear you hail. Your whistle's calling on all the rivers. Where did you sail? Where did you bide? In the engines scream and the swift trains hurry, I hear the knell of your world that died. I had written him a letter, which I had, for want of better knowledge, sent to where I met him down the Lachlan years ago. He was shearing when I knew him, so I sent the letter to him just on spec, addressed as follows: Clancy of the Overflow. And an answer came directed in a writing unexpected, and I think the same was written with a thumbnail dipped in tar. 'Twas a shearing major wrote it, and verbatim I will quote it: Clancy's gone to Queensland droving, and we don't know where he are. In my wild erratic fancy, visions come to me of Clancy, gone a droving down the Cooper, where the western drovers go. As the stock are slowly stringing, Clancy rides behind them singing, for the drover's life has pleasures that the townsfolk never know. And the bush has friends to meet him, and their kindly voices greet him in the murmur of the breezes and the river on its bars. And he sees the vision splendid of the sunlit plains extended, and at night the wondrous glory of the everlasting stars. I am sitting in my dingy little office, where a stingy ray of sunlight struggles feebly down between the houses tall, and the fitted air and gritty of the dusty, dirty city through the open window floating spreads its foulness over all. And in place of lowing cattle, I can hear the fiendish rattle of the tramways and the buses making hurry down the street, and the language uninviting of the gutter children fighting comes fitfully and faintly through the ceaseless tramp of feet. And the hurrying people daunt me, and their pallid faces haunt me as they shoulder one another in their rush and nervous haste, with their eager eyes and greedy, and the stunted forms and weedy. For townsfolk have no time to grow, they have no time to waste. And somehow I'd rather fancy that I'd like to change with Clancy, like to take a turn at droving where the seasons come and go, while he faced the round eternal of the cash book and the journal. But I doubt he'd suit the office, Clancy of the Overflow. All around the world they all wear different clothes, and in their national dress they're all quite proud. A Pommy wears a bowler hat, a Scotsman wears a kilt, but an Aussie really stands out in the crowd.
He has a can of Foster's Lager clenched firmly in his fist, and a dark blue singlet on his hairy chest. A pair of holey jeans with the backside hanging out. In his worn-out thongs he looks his Sunday best. The bride was at the altar, she looked lovely all in white, and the guests had waited for an hour or more, when finally the groom came in and stood there by her side, and they couldn't believe their eyes at what he wore. It was a can of Foster's Lager clenched firmly in his fist, a dark blue singlet on his hairy chest, a pair of holey jeans with the backside hanging out. In his worn-out thongs he looked his Sunday best.